questions, don't wait till the end. Basically, feel free just to butt in at any given stage. At the centre at the moment, we've got roughly about 29 birds of prey. Of the 29, roughly a third, about 8 of them, are in the process of being rehabilitated back to wild. The remaining, unfortunately, have sustained injuries or been raised in such a manner they'll never be able to go back to wild, unfortunately. All the birds that are outside, though, all the ones outside the pens, have all been trained to fly and return to us on a daily basis. They're all trained birds, and most of them get to fly at least twice daily. And how these birds have been trained to respond and to come back to us is just by simple use of falconry techniques. For those of you that may not have heard of falconry, what falconry is, it's the taking of a wild or domestic bird of prey and just training that bird to hunt on your behalf. And as a field sport, although it's pretty unheard of in South Africa, falconry is actually the oldest field sport known to exist to mankind. It's been practiced for close on 4,000 years now. Obviously 2,000 years before the birth of Christ, there's no ways that ancient man was using these birds for sport. He just came to realize that if you take a really big eagle or a fast falcon, it made a very active hunting weapon. And back then the hunting weapons were very primitive, bow and arrows, throwing sticks and the like. Techniques that they developed are still very evident today. The only real difference and change over the last sort of couple of thousand years is these days we've got radio tracking devices that we can use in the birds. Obviously if a bird's up a kilometre up and it flies away, if it's tracking devices, it makes it so much easier. You simply put this little transmitter on the bird, turn on your receiver box, and you can actually track it back. We very seldom use them. We only use them on birds that we feel are not fit enough to make the grade out there or a little bit errant. The bird that we're going to fly first today here is a peregrine run. Imagine if you're a dove now, you've really got to start moving out the way quickly. You see those feet come out there? She's mock hunting now. She knows when she catches this, breakfast is basically served. And what we're trying to do is keep it just out of her way at the whole time. You'll notice how this bird's flying, incredibly active flying style. It's hardly gliding at all. Almost the whole time it's towering around. You can well imagine if a bird like this strikes into something, it will actually kill on impact. Yeah, she's trying to ambush us from behind the trees, which you often do. Don't worry, folks, she only hits about 3. You can see it's quite easy to dodge a single bird. You can well imagine what happens when they hunt as pairs, though. What actually happens is they come down a split second apart. If the female misses, the male is right there then. We've got a lot of birds to get through. She's quite enjoying herself today. This time around we should get it right. She'll come in lion bush style. Yours, girl. Take it now. An eagle. Believe it or not, when this particular bird grabs down, he exerts a pressure per square inch that is double that of a wolf bite. The average wolf bites at about 400 pounds per square inch. This particular bird exerts a pressure of 800 pounds per square inch purely by using its feet. And obviously what then happens is, just get her off here, as she exerts that pressure, these long nails at the back are actual killing weapons. Wow. So what then occurs is, as she grabs down, that simply penetrates whatever she's killing. The two in the front aren't quite as long, but they're made to match perfectly. So as she vices her way down like that, the two talons just meet in the middle. It's because of that although this bird's not very big, it only weighs 3.5 kilos, the largest recorded prey species for a crowned eagle in Natal is a small bushbuck of 30 kilograms, close on 10 times her own weight. You'll notice for a fairly heavy eagle, her wingspan is actually not that impressive. It's a short, rounded little wingspan. That jackal buzzard almost has the same wingspan as her. You can see what the fish eagle now has done in the interim. He's decided the thermals aren't that bad. He's barreled up the tree and he's starting to work up a bit of height. We'll just keep up. They actually
Beautiful. That's the other one coming down.